Howdy, and welcome to the channel. And today, we're going over Ryobi Chargers. So if you're like me, you have a plethora of chargers to pick from because you purchased so many Ryobi tools. I have a problem. You might have some of these single port chargers, or you may even have the fancy 6-port charger. There is a new version of this that's out, but they function the exact same way. So what's the difference of these chargers, and why would you use one charger over another charger? Obviously, a 6-port kind of makes its own little sense, but why would you pick one of these? So let's go over that. So all of these chargers are going to have different wattages. We've got these here that are 60 watts. We've got this one, which is going to be a 50 watt, and then we've got these two that are 85 watts. So that's going to be the maximum power output that it can actually charge batteries. So those will vary the charge times. Obviously, the lower wattage, the longer it's going to take to charge a battery. The other thing that we have is we have just chargers. And by the way, all of these can do the old NiCad batteries, or it can do the new lithium batteries. So these two are just straight chargers. This one has a little bit of a brain to it to where it will attempt to do some work. This one is actually really smart. This one is by far the smartest charger that I have from Ryobi. And then we have the 6-port charger, which is truthfully just going to go run through and do charges on the batteries. So what makes this one so special? This one is special because not only can you leave a battery plugged into it long term because it has a maintenance mode on it that will actually maintain the battery over time, but it actually has the capability of reviving a dead battery. Now, for those of you who don't know, whenever it comes to dead batteries, there's different ways that a battery can go dead. If a battery goes dead because of a cell that has full undervoltage, then you're not going to be able to replace or fix that with a charger like this. That is only going to be fixed by actually replacing the bad cell, which Ryobi doesn't recommend that you open them up, but there's a lot of YouTube videos out there on how to do that. This one, however, with a slightly undervolted cell, something that's still within range, this can actually bring that cell back to life. And I have had this one where none of these would charge the battery. All of these said the battery was bad. They all gave me a red light saying that the battery was bad, couldn't charge. This one actually brought that battery back to life, and I'm still using it. And after this one fixed it, all of these would then start charging it without a problem. So I definitely recommend, if you have one of these, keep it around, because this is a really good battery charger. Now let's talk about the 6-port. Obviously, I love the 6-port because I have two of them. I got this one right up here, and I have this one. So the reason that I bought two of them is because I have so many batteries, and whenever I'm using them, I typically use a whole lot of batteries on any given day whenever I'm out doing yard work or working on a project. I like to come in and be able to stab the batteries in, and I can shove 12 in here and walk away for a few hours and come back later on and remove them. But there is a trick. These will only charge one port at a time. So if you have all 6 batteries in, let's say this is the first battery you put in, and it will start charging on this one. Then it will move to the next one, and then it will move to the next one, and so on and so forth. It does not charge multiple ports at the same time. So this is actually a limitation, and even the new 6-port charger does the same thing. We all want Ryobi to fix that. We all want them to charge multiple batteries at a single time. But right now, none of them do that with the 6 ports. Now, there is a little cool one out there that I've heard about. I don't personally own it. And it is a 2-port charger where both ports actually charge at the same time. So if we could take that technology and put it into something like this Ryobi, that would be great. So just understand that this is a limitation with the 6-port. If you have a large work crew and a limited number of batteries, you'll actually want to keep multiple chargers around so that you can charge and not wait on one being completely charged before it goes to the next one. But if you're like me and you have a lot of batteries, then this can work great for you. So one additional thing that the 6-port charger has on it is it actually has a USB port up the top. That works on the job site for helping you charge your phone, but also you can take the new 4-volt system and you can actually charge the 4-volt system off of this. Now this does charge at the same time that each one of these ports is going. So if you have this completely full and it's going through and charging, you're still going to be getting power output to the USB device. I actually really like having this on here, and I now have this permanently attached because it makes a great spot for me to charge my 4-volt batteries. The other thing to keep in mind is these here, from here over, these do not want you to leave the batteries plugged in long term. Ryobi is very specific with their literature and any of their social media where they say once the battery is fully charged, pull the battery out. This one's different. This has that maintainer on it to where you can actually leave it plugged in long term. So that is the world of the Ryobi chargers that I currently own. And hopefully this gave you some really good information today. And I hope you're watching this video because you enjoy Ryobi tools, or you're just interested in them, or you want to know something more that I might have that's here. And hopefully it doesn't make you puke like this one. Whoops. And if you do see anything on the wall that you're interested in, I'll be happy to review it. This review actually comes from one of my viewers here. And so that's why we're talking about this today. Thanks for not puking. Sorry.